So we have with us Mr. Clemens Poon, who is the program director of the journalism school in Hong Kong Baptist University. Welcome, sir. Just try to understand what exactly is the genesis of these huge protests that we have seen in last 1 week. Some people claim it's like 2 million people coming on the street. What exactly is the genesis of this?
Okay, and actually, and this time of the protest, the issue would be just a single issue. And the government is going to pass a law we call the extradition law. And so, if anyone who committed a crime, and that may be have the chance then to be sent back to the mainland China for the trial. So I think that's the that law may touch the bottom line of the Hong Kong people, because actually the legal systems of Hong Kong and China have quite a different two systems.
Okay.
So that would be represent the worries of the Hong Kong people. And actually then the Hong Kong people has expressed then their different opinions or their disagreements to the government. But it appears to the people that then the government does not listen to them. So that would be the reason why there's so many people go on the street to have the protests.
Right. You said the systems in China and Hong Kong are different. Could you just explain how exactly the chief executive is elected here in Hong Kong?
Okay, I think it relates then not only to the different system then, because in Hong Kong we would use the ongoing British common law, but it would be quite different than in the China then. But I think the major point is not the difference of the two systems, but the confidence and the trust of Hong Kong people to the legal system in China then.
Okay, but how exactly is the head of the Hong Kong is elected? How exactly?
You mean the chief executive in Hong Kong?
Yeah.
Actually, the chief executive in Hong Kong and is elected by only a group of people. There are 1,500 people. Actually, these people were selected then according to the intentions then and of the central government in China then. So, and many Hong Kong people would perceive that the chief executive then is not elected by our Hong Kong people.
Okay, and how different is the protests this time from what we saw in 2014? What is the difference between the two protests?
You mean the two protests?
Umbrella movement.
Umbrella movement.
Yeah.
Actually, the umbrella movement or the intention of the umbrella movement would be the people the people were asking that, and we should have a democratic system in Hong Kong, and the chief executive should be elected by our Hong Kong people.
Okay.
So that would be the major issues in this umbrella movement. But now, this time, then, as I said before, the issue would be the only one issue that we would like to have the opposition against the extradition law.
And these protesters, most of them, are they students or are they working people? How do you characterize the protesters?
Okay, at the first beginning, then this time the protesters and it comes from they come from the all walks of life.
Okay.
Mainly the students, mainly the young people and of the society. But after the negative action from the government, many other people would like to go on the street to make the protest. So you can see there were so many people on the street last week then.
Okay. So the chief executive has now announced that she is withdrawing the bill for the moment. Do you see that we have reached the end of this protest, or?
I don't think so then, because and most of the Hong Kong citizens then they cannot see the sincere apology from the government, particularly how the police then has hit them. They have hit then the general people and also the reporters and in the protesters then. And also then to go further, and Hong Kong people would just think about it then, whether we should have our own elected chief executive instead of the one appointed by the central then.
How do you say about the timing of this bill? I mean, why you think China is trying to put more restrictions and trying to, assimilate Hong Kong with the mainland? What about the timing? Why China is doing it now?
And I think that then maybe actually then the Chinese and government would like to get Hong Kong people then to be immigrated and together with the mainland Chinese then. And after spending 20 years and after the reunion of Hong Kong with mainland China for 20 years then, I think they may have lost their patience then. Why they get so long cannot get the Hong Kong people's hearts then return to mainland China then.
Okay, but Hong Kong. What is the importance you think for China? What's the importance of Hong Kong to China?
And I think and we can see the concessions then made by the China this time. So and we can still see that then Hong Kong would have some residual value or salvage value then and to China then. I think maybe then still Hong Kong would be a very good then middle point for the contacts of the Western countries then and to China then.
Right, but they have not been able to use force like they did in Tiananmen Square. Do you fear that may even happen in some time in future?
And yes, frankly speaking, that particularly the behavior of our Hong Kong police then this time. And so for the next time then, if our residual value then get and reduced and so if the mainland Chinese government would like to think that then our usage has no longer worthy for them to make the concessions then, I would think that another Tiananmen Square instance will be happening in Hong Kong then.
Mm-hmm. But what lies ahead for Hong Kongers, common Hong Kongers? I mean, should they be preparing now to be part of mainstream and be part of the mainland China, or do you think they will be able to maintain their special status within China?
You mean in the future?
Yeah, in
Hong
the
Kong?
future.
And I think it's then two groups of the perception of that. Then some people would be very optimistic about that, and some people would be quite pessimistic about that. But I think many of Hong Kong people now, particularly after this instance, and they will become much more pessimistic then.
Okay.
And so I would think that then there are so many people they will think that no matter just one day then Hong Kong will become then just one of the ordinary cities in Hong Kong.
That's your fear.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot, sir.
Okay, thank you. Is that okay?